Hi everyone. So today we're going to talk about math and course development and just some informational on the blueprint Canvas class. And I shared this with our para team, so they're well aware of it. This is Blueprint. So when we add this course to our course, it really just depends on how many subjects the students are taking on any given quarter. So in your Canvas shell, you may have 5 subjects that they're taking during one quarter. And it's up to you just to be really tight with your calendaring. But I want to take you in here now so that you're able to understand when I'm talking about Blueprint. Okay, Blueprint just means BP, and you should have access to all the math courses here. If it's not in Canvas, it's not ready. So we really don't want anyone else developing coursework, no matter what it is, English, social, science, any kind of anything, because we have to update the contracts. That's really, really, really important. So when we get in here, we have a new course, otherwise known as General Math. But now San Jose Unified is using integrated math. So what we really want to do is follow what they do. And then we have some other courses, Algebra A and B, Geometry, and then we have at the bottom some general math resources. This is just really old stuff. But if you're used to it and you like it, feel free to look at that. So this is what we're offering students right now. If you have a student who needs something else, like a specialty unit, a 2.5 unit, please come to me first so that I'm able to see if the contracts are up to date and how we can work within that contract. Okay, so if I go to the integrated math, this module opens up and it's really done by weeks so that the students can really see what they're responsible for in any given week. So if you have on the board, this is week 3 of high school diploma, they can click into week 3 and they know exactly what they're meant to be covering during that week and how they do it. It's exactly what they should be doing. Now, oftentimes, if a student is getting through this, their next thing that they're able to work on are the capstone end of unit projects. And that's why there's a teacher assignment here. You can click on here and the teacher will add supplemental assignments as needed. So the teacher can come up with their own extra assignment, whatever that may be. And the student needs to submit here, not through email, not on another area. This is where they add, okay? So if I go to the co-op assignment, the teacher should be adding the focus study material from the orientation. It's different for every subject. So if you're high school diploma or ABE, for example, you might have a different focus area. You just have to check in with the the teacher, or the schedule that's in that binder for the IELCE, and make sure that you're using the materials necessary. Okay, so if you're a para, that's what this is. Okay, this is an integrated focus area of study. It's an extra unit, and it's usually a focus area like employment or education or workplace readiness skills, resume writing, extra modules based on that. So each week, what students can be doing with their lessons is they get their lessons that coincide with Adventum and it follows the contract. And then this really shouldn't be changed or deviated in any way because that is the basics. Now, if you have someone who's really wanting some extra thing, then you have the option of adding a teacher assignment. If the students are motoring quite quickly through the teacher's assignment, my advice to you would be not to create multiple teacher assignments for a week, but to have a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and put it all in one box. One box, okay? Don't keep continuing in 1 week. Don't keep continuing. Like, just add the optional work in one teacher assignment for the week. Otherwise, it really gets to be super duper messy. And the students are like, ugh, what's this module that's going on forever and ever and ever and ever, right? So, what they should see every week is only the work that we're using. So, if it's week 2, every week, I should simplify, right? So, if I am working on week 2 assignments, then I'll have week 2 assignments there. And then if I'm also taking another course, for example, then I would have that course week 2 coinciding with it. Okay. So let's just take a look at what that would look like from a student's perspective. What would that look like? So if I put on my student glasses, so already I see too much, so I have to untick. So see how they can see all the work? What I want to do for them is only give them week 2 work. So I would untick some of those, and I would untick some of these and make sure only week 2 was available. That's what I would do. Now, if they're still working on week 1 assignments, I would make sure to say, okay, week 1 assignments, we're going to close that window. Everybody make sure you get your week 1 done. I'm going to close that. So depending on people's work speed, some people are working more slowly, of course, and some people work a little more quickly. So what we need to do is really keep this tight. There shouldn't be like 17,000 teachers' assignments here, because then the student really can't see very quickly week 1, week 2, week 3, week 4, week 5, and then we're done. Co-op, capstone, done. Okay, that's 5 units. So the goal would always be to keep everything very, very tidy and simplified instead of just a bunch of junk. If you want to keep tons, not that, assignments are junk, it's just that sometimes year in and year out as teachers, we create tons of stuff and we have excellent supplementals, but that's not what we want to keep on the Canvas. What we want to do is put it in files to the side. So there's no reason you can't keep a bunch of those supplemental materials ready to go and just keep them to the side, right? No reason why you can't have, hey, someone needs some extra work in fractions. I've got number power 1, 2. I've got some media lessons on Khan Academy ready to go. No worries. It's all right there. And then I can upload it into my Canvas course as I need it. But dumping it all on the module that the student sees, that's not what we want to do. Okay, that's definitely not what we want to do. So if I am going to give a student integrated math for 5 units, I'm going to go to my copy to, and I would just go in here and copy to my high school diploma in the AM for Bill, PM for Jim. Okay. So it would just go directly into either one of those courses. It will be at the bottom. So then you just need to make sure to go in and edit the teacher's assignment, edit the co-op assignment, okay? Edit these 2 tabs. But I would keep this basic structure. This is how we really want to be very neat and tidy and precise so that it follows our programmatic things that we're doing with Adventum. So if I look at everyone knows how to do this now. Contract and calendar, this is really, really important to go over with the students at the beginning of class when we start a new subject during a new quarter. Course overview and contracts, we do have contracts. It is Plato, has not changed since 2002. It's only evolved to be better. So everything in here says you need to be using Canvas, you have to be using the co-ops, you have to pre and post testing CASAS. It's all right there for you. Please make sure that you're following the week 1 pacing guide. You have a week 1 pacing guide. Students can take a look at how it follows the week 4 and then week 5. And then there's a final project due or a big test. Okay. Please make sure to use that. It's really useful as a teacher to have this guide and have these in a modern, clean way. Okay, it's digitized for them, it's been updated, and it shows everything that we're going to be studying. Okay, every module that you start with the student should have a contract. If there's no contracting calendar and pacing guide here and it's not ready, please don't begin, because then we're just flying by the seat of our pants with the students, and that we don't really want to be in that position. We really want everything to be very, very tight. Okay. So I'm going to try to duplicate this form for all of our subjects. So you'll be seeing this, and you can see how it's starting to happen and the units, so that this is tied to the courses that we do. So in your dashboard, anything English related will be in the English tile. And this is just really good information for the paras and anyone else watching this video. It's really important. If it's not ready and it just shows that I'm working on it and I'm adjusting it, it's not ready, right? I think one of them that is ready is 4A and B, and I'll have a course outline and calendar that has been updated, and there'll be standards here to go over. 12A, overview and calendar. And it's really, really detailed, and it has the standards. It's really important that we use this kind of style so that it's not just sloppy. Okay, really important. And if they're using arguments for the capstone project, that's great. Okay, and then the standards are here. Okay. And then what I started to do is incorporate the co-ops, and then just make sure that I'm going to change this so that the format is the same across the board, so that when the students go from course to course, subject to subject, everything is the same and they understand how we do things here, and it follows in exactly the same way. Okay? So if something doesn't quite look correct, what you can do is send me a heads up and say, Jenna, this doesn't look right. Can you go ahead and check the BP class? Can you go ahead and check it? And it should follow the exact course where we break this down, the exact same course. So please, no one should be creating this at all. Don't create, because I have to make sure that it matches in Canvas exactly. That's the reason. All right. So if you have any questions, I hope this was informative for the paras. They were asking me about it, and they were saying it would be really good for them to be able to see it as well. So how Edmentum matches week by week with the co-op, and then there is a capstone or a novel project at the end of 5 weeks. Okay, so it's always really good to be mindful in our Canvas course what's available to them, what they can see, right? Because even if I'm teaching 6 or 7 subjects at a time, I can minimize what students see. And that's something to just keep in mind, okay, when I look at student view on my course, okay? And then each week, if you have something supplemental, go to the teacher's assignment lesson, and I'll just create that tab for you. It'll just make it that much easier. And that's a great place for you to add things. All right. Have a great weekend.